From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Tuesday, August 13th. We begin with the controversy surrounding Mayor Joe Hogsett and his former chief of staff. His former right-hand man, Thomas Cook, has been accused of sexually harassing several of his female employees. Two of the women, Caroline Ellert and Lauren Roberts, sat down with News 8's Kyla Russell to share their story. Just take a listen.
Do you believe what happened to both of you is still happening within city government? Are there more women with the same story? Are there more men doing the same thing?
Yeah, I think this happens at every level of government and every industry. I think it happens in Democratic and Republican politics, and it's just pervasive across our culture. I don't know a single woman who hasn't experienced some form of harassment in their lives, which is a lot of those women have reached out to us, and it's nice to have that sense of community, but it's also really devastating that so many women have had to go through that. So I absolutely think that it's happening, and I hope that these conversations help men and women know that they're not alone, and also is a message to people who are perpetuating this abuse that they'll be held accountable.
Yeah, I would echo the same thing that, we've both heard rumors and also direct stories from other people. But as Caroline said, this goes beyond just the city of Indianapolis as a workplace. It's everywhere, because ultimately this is a reflection of a culture that where people who abuse their power are allowed to keep doing it.
If you would like to hear Kyla's full interview with Caroline and Lauren, just head over to our website, wishtv.com. Following Kyla's interview, Mayor Joe Hogsett addressed the controversy at the City County Council meeting for the first time since the scandal rocked his administration. Just take a listen to his remarks.
His conduct was a betrayal of the trust placed in him as a public official, a betrayal of my trust, and most importantly, a violation of the city's responsibility to ensure safety and well-being for all employees. To former City of Indianapolis employee Caroline Ellert and former campaign employee Lauren Roberts, who I believe are with us tonight, I want to tell you both, and the third anonymous individual who also shared her story, how sorry I am for the harm that has occurred, and I apologize.
Roberts and Ellard were sitting just feet away from the mayor as he delivered those remarks. In addition to his apology, Hogsett says he will require sexual harassment prevention training for all city employees. He will also launch an online portal to anonymously report sexual misconduct. He also stated he would have an outside firm review how the city handled the allegations against former Chief of Staff Thomas Cook. In other news, 2 people are dead and 2 teenagers are in the hospital after officers burst into a home during a murder-suicide shooting. Police say the violence appears to have stemmed from a domestic dispute. Officers were called to the home on Watterson Way Circle at around 9 last night. That's in the Rockwood neighborhood near West Edgewood Avenue and Bluff Road on the far south side. As we told you on Wish TV at 11 last night, officers heard gunshots, then raced into the home. Officers got the teens out of the home. One was badly hurt. Then they found a man and woman dead in the backyard. Investigators say the man was a retired reserve IMPD officer. Currently, police are praising the work of officers on scene.
This is just tragic for them. It's horrific. It's horrible for this community. This is not something that anybody would expect. The heroism of the officers that went into that building, that residence with gunshots to go in and save those teenagers and get them out. That's what we should be thinking about is this family and those officers.
At last check, one of the teenagers is in critical condition and the other is stable. IMPD has not said what led to the shooting, who fired the gun or given the names of the man and woman killed. And now, an update to a story we brought you yesterday on Wish TV. A missing 3-month-old baby found dead, his body hidden in a bucket. The main suspect, according to police, the child's father, who is already facing allegations of beating the mother of the baby. I-Teammate's Cody Fisher reports.
A Lafayette Police Department cruiser still sits outside of the apartment building where police found the 3-month-old. According to court documents, Eliasard Monius and his wife have been married for 11 months and were fighting. On Saturday, his wife told police she was watching a church service with her son Jacob when Monius came into the apartment, grabbed him from her arms, and left. 30 minutes later, she says Monius returned and hit her over the head with a tire iron or wrench. At the hospital, she was diagnosed with a fractured skull. Monius left the area, and police put out a silver alert for Jacob. IMPD found Monius in Lawrence, but he did not have Jacob with him. In an interview with police, Monius admitted to hitting his wife with a tool from his car and told police he hoped she was going to die from her injuries. Monius did not admit to harming his son. Just before 5 a.m. Sunday, Lafayette police searched Monius' apartment again. That's when they found Jacob in an orange bucket with a sealed lid. When they opened it, they found him laying in a dark liquid. The Tippecanoe County coroner says the cause of death is asphyxiation. For I-Teammate, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
And now, let's talk weather. Storm Track Aide says today will be another sunny and warm day, but things will gradually warm up, and there will be some chances for showers along the way. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
We're climbing the ladder a little bit, and we may do that again this afternoon, but I think the important factor here is we're still keeping the humidity low. So should be another, again, beautiful afternoon on tap. We're about 30 minutes away from daybreak right now, and it should be a good one. 63, north wind around 6. Again, that dew point number into the upper 50s, so that is really dry air in place. And we'll continue to tap into that today. 57 in Lebanon, 59 Noblesville, Anderson, and Greenfield. 62 Shelbyville, 63 in Franklin, Martinsville, checking in at 62 degrees. 57 in Lafayette, 56 in Kokomo. Those are the cool spots in the metro. And as I just mentioned, around 5, maybe as warm as 10 degrees. Warmer than 24 hours ago. So it is a nice jump in those temperatures so far here for this morning. High pressure up north, yanking down that cooler, drier Canadian air. So that's going to keep us pleasant for the day today. Again, very comfortable air mass in place, even though we may be a degree or two warmer later on this afternoon. And part of that is I think we're going to see a little bit more in the way of sunshine as we go through the day today. Had a lot of cloud cover rolling through yesterday afternoon. Midday temperature, midday conditions on Futurecast looks good. And maybe just a few cumulus clouds dotting the sky once we go into the second half of your Tuesday. Otherwise, should be a good one here. 77 at noon. We'll go the high of 82 later today. Normal high should be around 85. So we're a little bit below average for this time of year. We'll crank the temperatures up a bit tomorrow. And I've got several rain opportunities before we head into the weekend. So in my Storm Track 8 forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. And we wrap things up on a lighter note. The Indiana State Fair is wrapping up this week, and what better day to get out and enjoy the weather than on $2 Tuesday? News 8's Brittany Noble reports.
There are plenty of different places where you can find a really cool meal here at the State Fairgrounds. Right now, I'm outside the Baker Man, and this spot is well known for their elephant ears. This morning, we have Trent with us, and he's gonna, you have made us one of your special elephant ears. Tell us a little bit about it.
So this is the blueberry cheesecake stuffed elephant ear. So for 10 years, the Baker Man has given fairgoers the original stuffed elephant ear with just apple, cherry, and peach filling. So this year we took it to the next level and brought the blueberry cheesecake.
Well, do you mind if I try a little
Absolutely.
bit? Okay, we're going to switch. What do you like about the fair? Why do you like coming back year after year?
I like the tradition of the fair. I see a lot of the same people out here every year. The Baker Man trailer's been in front of the swine barn for, I've been told, over 40 years. So, the Baker Man is a big part of fairgoers' traditions for, 2 or 3 generations now. So
what is something else that people can get at the Baker Man? I love this, by the way. This is delicious, and I wasn't even expecting, what was this, like a cinnamon sugar topping on top?
Yeah, cinnamon sugar, just like your traditional elephant ear. The dough, the cinnamon sugar, just like everything out at the fair, it's got to be deep fried and covered in cinnamon sugar.
Well, it is so good. What's another favorite here?
Our cinnamon rolls is a favorite. New Orleans style beignets. In the morning, our full country breakfast is pretty popular. Biscuits and gravy, sausage, eggs, potatoes, and all that sort of good stuff. So
a wide variety of options here at the Baker Man that you can enjoy. If you go to our website, wishtv.com, you can find out about all the things that you can get here on $2 Tuesdays. I'm Brittany Noble for Wish TV. WishTV.com. Follow us on Facebook for updates.
This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Tuesday, August 13th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.